The Janthir Wilds hype is real, but I hate just sitting around waiting for things. I'm not a very patient man. So when I was rereading about homesteads the other day, I realized that we'll have access to any personal home instance nodes that we currently have and have decided to dive deep. Deep, I have dived into the fires of mathematics for you and I, fellow adventurers, and I'm going to reveal how we can all make over 1,500 gold during Janthir Wilds while only spending 5 minutes a day on it. But even better, we can start right now. These first two are going to be the most complicated, but one of them is the single most profitable item you can get for your new homestead, generating anywhere from 1.5 to 10.5 gold per day. Up first, we have the quartz crystal node. This node guarantees you 3 quartz crystals per day and an additional chance at another 5 crystals or 1 to 2 charged quartz crystals. This guarantees you 9.6 silver value of crystals per day, occasional bursts of another 16 silver, or 1 to 2 charged quartz crystals, which are typically made by combining 25 quartz crystals once per day, giving them a base material value of 80 silver. There are 2 ways to get this node. You can pay for it with 25 laurels and 15 gold at any time of year, so you can do it right now if you'd like, or paying 400 festival tokens earned during Festival of the Four Winds. If you've purchased with gold, the longest it will take to pay for itself is 157 days, based on the 3 guaranteed crystals per day. But here's the thing, our second node increases the profit the first node makes. The Crate Obelisk Shards creates a hero point in your home instance which generates no money on its own. Instead, we take 25 quartz crystals to it in order to combine them into 1 single charged quartz crystal per day. As stated previously, this means the item has a base value if purchasing the raw crystals of 80 silver. However, it can be turned into anywhere from 1 to 10.5 gold on average with a bit of work. I'll show 2 quick examples. If you're an impatient adventurer like I am, you can craft something such as the Celestial Pearl hand cannon with 400 huntsmen, and even with buying all the materials needed to craft it instantly and selling the product instantly, which I know just made any min-maxer cringe out of their seat, you'd still pocket 1.42 gold per crystal for a total profit of 2.85 gold. That does include the cost of the crystals to make the charged quartz crystal as well, which is negated anytime we generate one for free from our first node. But we can multiply that 1.42 gold per crystal by 7. If you do buy order pricing for raw materials and sell listing price for the output, you can make something like the Commander's Pearl Trident for a whopping 10.5 gold profit for 1 crystal. The Commander's recipes aren't the easiest to get, however, not to mention buy order and sell order can involve some back and forth, a lot of waiting, or even relisting items. I don't have time for that. I told you in the intro, I'm not a patient man. If you can stomach it, my hat is off to you. The Crate Obelisk Shard is earned by completing the Nightmare Unveiled Mastery from Living World Season 1, purchased with 400 tokens during Festival of the Four Winds, or again purchased with 25 laurels and 15 gold, meaning this would pay for itself within 15 days at minimum. Now look, I know that was already a bit dense for some people, including myself. I'm sitting on a pile of 213 of these charged quartz crystals right now because of that. So after all that, are you still having fun? Because we're here to have fun and make money. And if the answer is no, I still encourage you to stick with me here because I have a much simpler yet still very bountiful cash crop for you to harvest. Up first is going to be the Orion Oyster. This little aquarium is going to be harvested once per day to net you 9 Orion pearls and 1 to 3 Unbound Magic. The most straightforward way to turn these into money is to consume them, granting you 15 to 30 Unbound Magic per pearl. So 135 to 270 Unbound Magic per day. But how do we turn that Unbound Magic into money, you might ask? We'll cover that in a bit, after a few more nodes. This node will cost you 10,000 Unbound Magic and 50 gold, purchased from the Provisioner Anlana in Siren's Landing. Then, of course, we have the Winterberry Bush. This is going to give you 5 fresh winterberries and 2 to 24 Unbound Magic per day. And those winterberries we're also going to consume for more Unbound Magic, which each give, again, 15 to 30, for a total of another daily 75 to 150 Unbound Magic from eating some delicious berries. This node is the same 10,000 Unbound Magic and 50 gold purchased from Slooshu in Bitterfrost Frontier. Now, rounding out our Unbound Magic farm is 4 nodes that are all just about the same: the Primordial Orchid, the Jade Fragments, the Bloodstone Crystal, and Petrified Stump. Each of these is going to give you 4 to 6 Unbound Magic per gather, some Imperial Fragments or Bloodstone Dust, and 3 of their specific currencies. And as I'm sure you've guessed by now, we're going to eat up the fire orchid blossoms, petrified wood, blood rubies, and jade shards this earns us, as each of them are going to give us 25 to 50 Unbound Magic apiece, so each node brings in a daily value of 75 to 150 Unbound Magic apiece. These are each purchased from the Unbound Magic vendors in Draconis Mons, Lake Doric, Bloodstone Fen, and Ember Bay for 10,000 Unbound Magic and 50 gold apiece. So, now with all of these 6 nodes, you're looking at 510 to 1,020 Unbound Magic from consuming resources, plus the 51 to 99 Unbound Magic per day from just harvesting the nodes, making that a total of 561 to 1,119 Unbound Magic per day. Which, I know, it's pretty cool. But how do we make money? To make the money, we head to Ember Bay to the Unbound Magic vendor there. And for 1,250 Unbound Magic and 40 silver, we can purchase a Magic Warped bundle, which has the chance to drop many valuable items, which turns your Unbound Magic into a profit. How much though? Well, stick around to the end for the full profit breakdown and calculation of this and how you make even more per day with this, as well as the next profit method I'm about to cover. We're gonna knock out all the big, complicated math at once. So, are we still having fun, adventurers? I honestly am. I enjoyed getting lost in this mathematical rabbit hole, and I don't really know why because I hate math, so let's just keep this gravy train rolling while I'm still having fun. Up next, we're looking at Volatile Magic, and this is the bigger of the 2 passive profit drivers. Just like the last time, I'm going to explain the 2 outliers, and then we'll round it out with all the other ones that behave the same. First up is the Cornan Supply Cache. You can loot this once per day, which will grant you 2 pieces of unidentified gear to do with what you will, and 3 inscribed shards per day. These inscribed shards are consumed for 15 to 25 Volatile Magic apiece. It's purchased from Nalar, the Volatile Magic vendor in Domain of Korna, for 10,000 Volatile Magic and 50 gold. Then we have the Mistborn Moat node, yielding 3 Mistborn Moats, some Imperial Fragments, and 15 Volatile Magic when harvested. The moats can be munched on for another 15 to 25 Volatile Magic each. It's purchased from the Crystal Bloom Quartermaster in Dragonfall for another 10,000 Volatile Magic and 50 gold. Now it's time to round this off with Mistonium, Dragon Crystal, and Diflorite Crystal nodes. Between these, you'll get a guaranteed 45 Volatile Magic per day just for harvesting them, then 2 to 6 Dragonite ore and 1 to 3 Imperial Fragments. They'll also grant you 3 of each of their respective currencies, which all consume for 15 to 25 Volatile Magic apiece. They all cost the usual 10,000 Volatile Magic and 50 gold, and can be purchased from the vendors in Jahai Bluffs, Thunderhead Peaks, and Sand-Swept Isles, respectively. Now, real fast, we're sneaking in one final node, then we'll get onto the big math. The Eternal Ice Shard node is going to grant you 2 to 9 Eternal Ice per day, at the cost of 245,000 Karma and 50 gold from Kjep Korsen in the Eye of the North, or Arnett Eimundrotter in Bjora Marches. I definitely nailed that. We're going to be using this to make even more money in our final calculation, which we're about to do now. All right. Big math time. Take a deep breath and relax, because I already did all the hard work. If at any point you're not having fun learning about all the details, that's fine. The main takeaway is to purchase trophy shipments with Volatile Magic and Magic Warped bundles with your Unbound Magic, and you'll make your money back and then some. But I do have some additional insights here that will make you even more money for no more effort than you're already expending. So I encourage you to stick around. I'm going to break this down in a 1-year calculation to show you how much you can make if you buy and start harvesting the day Janthir Wilds and the new homesteads come out, and then break it down for you daily so you can look at how much you'll make if you start today, whenever that may be for you watching this. So for Unbound Magic, we're going to look at the cost versus the average price of Magic Warped bundles. They cost us 40 silver to purchase, and drop rate research shows us an average price of 1 gold, 35 silver, and 1 copper, to 1 gold, 50 silver, and 58 copper, meaning we're looking at an average return of 95 silver to 1.1 gold, taking copper out to keep it simple. So with our calculated daily averages of 561 to 1,119 Unbound Magic per day, we're looking at walking away with a profit of 154 gold, 86 silver to 360 gold, 49 silver during Janthir Wilds alone. To calculate a custom amount of days, take your days and multiply that by 0.4242 or 0.9876 to get a pretty accurate approximation of your range of profits here. Now, those astute adventurers among you probably noticed that the Unbound Magic nodes cost 300 gold to purchase all 6, so it's entirely possible they don't pay for themselves quite fully in a year. They're still very likely to do so, and in addition to this, what I'm about to lay out will absolutely make up for this chance, which is the glory that is Volatile Magic. So, with all 5 of the Volatile Magic nodes, we're looking at 225 to 355 Volatile Magic per day. We're going to take that magic and head over to a Volatile Magic vendor like the one in Grothmar Valley and purchase trophy shipments for 1 gold and 250 Volatile Magic, open them up, and sell the contents. Droprite Research puts the shipment contents value at 2 gold, 58 silver, 70 copper, and 2 gold, 82 silver, 93 copper, depending on buying or selling price. So doing this is going to get us anywhere from 521.32 gold to 948.12 gold during Janthir Wilds alone. To calculate a custom range of days, multiply your days by 1.4282 to 2.5978 for a close approximation. Since the Volatile Magic nodes only set us back 250 gold, even at minimum, we're going to pay for our nodes and offset the potential lack of profit from the Unbound Magic nodes. But we can make even more money with no effort. You see, we also have 730 to 3,285 Eternal Ice will earn during Janthir Wilds from that node, which we can use 75 of to purchase 10 of any Living World Season 4 currency except Kralkatite ore from Kep Corson in the Eye of the North, which will eat that currency to add another 1,350 to 10,750 Volatile Magic to our pockets in Janthir Wilds, netting another 5 to 43 trophy shipments, earning anywhere between 7.9 gold and 78.65 gold. Again, possibly not paying for itself, but made up for by excess Volatile Magic and will be 100% profit after this 1 year, just like everything in this list. But there's still so much more money left we haven't calculated because we can use the single most profitable passive thing on almost all of these nodes, which is gathering tools with the Glyph of Volatility. So, tools with the Glyph of Volatility will average 6 Volatile Magic from harvesting plant scythe nodes, or average 2 per strike on a logging or mining node, which averages out to 6 since there's 3 strikes per node. From all of the items that count as harvesting in the home instance that I've listed here, will average an additional 78 Volatile Magic per day, meaning another 179.33 to 206.71 gold in profits just for equipping some tools. Now, if you don't have these tools, the glyphs are available on the trading post in the neighborhood of a whopping 700 gold each. So a full set will set you back 2,100 gold. I recommend that you save enough gems from possible expansion purchases to buy a volatile set when they come back into the store rotation. Though even if you do purchase these with straight gold, you're going to eventually pay them back because it's not just your home instance that you're gathering from, it's every node you gather from for the rest of the entire time you play Guild Wars 2. So, adventurers, let me summarize this for you. So, the Unbound, Volatile, and Eternal Ice nodes laid out here will earn you 684 to 1,387 gold during Janthir Wilds alone, while only costing a total of 600 gold. Meaning you're looking at a profit of 84 to 717 gold during the expansion for less than 5 minutes a day. And after the expansion's over, these will be 100% pure profit forever. Adding in the volatile tools for this brings it to 263 to 993 gold. And then we bring in the charged quartz crystal creations, and we're talking 810 to 4,825 gold net profit during Janthir Wilds. This is a slow but high yield investment plan for actual game time used, clocking in at 30.5 hours with just 5 minutes a day, making this 26.58 to 158.21 gold per hour over the course of the upcoming expansion. I personally work 60-hour weeks pretty regularly, and between working on YouTube videos like this and everything else, I don't have time that I want to spend sitting in the silver wastes for Reba farms when I want gold. I want to log in, have fun, and know that I'm building crazy account value in the background with no effort. And I would guess many of you adventurers are in the same boat as I am, which is what inspired me to share this with you all. If that sounds like you, then you need this video here, which is going to show you how I've been adding another 150 gold a week into my pocket for a while now, for just 2 to 4 hours of game time.